All right, so this is the lecture number 60 in the DSC series, and we are solving the problems related to 1D array for now. There are some problems which we have done already over the 1D array related series, and today we are going to see a very important questions related to 1D array only, which would be rotating an array, and I will discuss about it in the question. So let us get started with the question. Fine. So we are going to see rotate array. Now, what is rotate array? Let us say you have been provided an array of ARR. Let us say of 10 size 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 0, and 5. So there are 10 elements in this array. You can count 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9, and plus 1. 9. Fine. So let us say you have been provided a number, let us say k as 3. Fine. That means you have to rotate this array from 3. What does it mean? Let us say the last 3 numbers are there. So you have to take these 3 numbers at the front and you have to move the 10 minus 3 numbers to the back. This is front, this is back. So what would be the rotation for this? 8, 0, 5 and then 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this would be the rotation for this array for k is equal to 3. Let us say you have been provided k is equal to 2. That means you have to pick last 2 digits of the array and you have to put them into front. And just to remind you, I have already covered a program related to rotation of a number. Like in that program we have seen a logic how we can rotate the number. That means let us say we were having a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and we have to rotate this number with 2. Then what we used to do, we just used to put last 2 digit at the front and move starting 3 digit at the back. So that would be our rotations. Fine. But here the condition is different. We do not have any number. Instead of number we have here an array. So what we used to do, we just have to rotate that array. And how we would be rotating that array? Let us say one more example. Let us say you have been provided k is equal to 1. That means you have to rotate this array from 1. What does it mean? You have to pick the last digit, put at the front, and after that just write the digits of the front. That means 5, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 0. So that would be your rotated array. Fine. So this is how you have to do. So let us see. First of all, I would like to hear one approach from you. Like I want you to start from like your side. You have already done a question of rotating a number. Then I want you how you can approach this particular problem. If you have watched that, I would say the program, then how can you approach this particular? Fine. So you can think and pause the video also. And if you are done with your thinking, then you can continue with here. So to rotating an array, we have two approaches. One is using extra space. Two is do not use any extra space. So we would be covering both of the approaches. In this particular video, I would be solving this problem with this approach. And in the next video, I would be solving this problem with this approach. Fine. So to rotate an array, we have two approaches. First one is using space. How we can rotate an array using space. Fine. So using space means we have to declare another array. Let us say I am declaring an array of name as reverse. And you will make a size and you will make an array of same size. Let us say the size for this 10. Then you have to make another array of same size 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So So what you would do, let us say you have been provided k is equal to 2. So what you will do, you will pick the last 2 digit, like you will run a loop from let us say 10 minus 2 to 10, that means 8 to 10, 8 9, fine. So you will pick these two numbers and put it here, let us say 0 5, and then what you will do, you will start another loop from 0 to 10 minus let us say 2 or minus 1, we will see what is the exactly condition. Then you will put these elements as 5 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, fine. This is 10, actually I think this is 10, whatever, we just have to rotate the array, fine. So you can use this approach. So let's see how we are going to code it. Let me explain again. What you will do, you will declare an array of same size, which is 10, which is the size for this, and then what you will do, you will start a loop from here, let us say here, like you have to firstly put last 2 elements and then you have to put remaining elements at this, I mean this particular array, fine. So let us see how you can code it. So first of all, we have to take input from user also. So I am declaring a scanner class, and fine. Now what you have to do, you have to take like a number which will state that how many numbers will be there in array, next int, and you will declare an array of n size, and then you will pick n numbers from user console into the array. So arr of I scn dot next int, fine. So this is the input taking part, fine, nothing much here. So what I told you in the first step, we have to declare another array of same size. That means we would declare an array of n size called reverse array. And then what we will do, let us say you have this array as input, let us say 2 5 6 7 8 9 1 2, fine. So let us put comma also here, and indexes for this 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Then you have to start a loop from 6 and you have to iterate your loop till 7. So what you would write here, length is 8 minus 2, so you have to start your loop from 6 and you have to run till 8 minus 1. I think it should work. 8 minus 2, yeah, it should work. Let us see. So in the first loop, you will start your loop from I is equal to n minus k. Actually, we have to take one or more input from user. That what would be the rotation number for the array inside our k variable, fine. So n minus k, and we have to move this loop till, either we can write this way n minus I, or we can write just like this, fine. So with that way we will be taking the let us say j remaining values inside our reverse, so arr of I. So we have to start j from initial, because we have to, let us say this is the reverse array, so these two values we have to fill at these indexes, so we have to start from initial. So let us start another variable called j is equal to 0, and we would like increase this j in each iteration, fine. So that way what we have done till now, we have picked up the last k digit inside our reverse array. Now we just have to pick the initial digit inside our reverse array after the initial positions. What does it mean? Now from where we have to start our loop, let me explain again. So we have filled these two values inside our reverse array. Now we have to start our loop from 0 to 5, which is 8 minus k minus 1, because we have already filled values from 8 minus k. Now we have to we have to go till 8 minus k minus 1, fine, because we have to go here till 5. So let us fill these values also. Again, int I is equal to 0, I is n minus k minus 1 and I plus plus, and reverse of j now arr of I, and in the last we just have to increase the j value. So is there, okay, so it is name as, fine. So I think we are done. Yes, we are done. Let us write a loop to just print the reverse array so that we can be sure that our program is working. And reverse of I, and that's it we have to do. Let us give it a run, and after that I will explain it once more so that you can get it clearly. Let us try to run. Fine. So let us enter 10 values. 10 is the size of array, and let us enter 10 values. 5, 6, 3. Let us say enter 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Fine. So we have entered 10 values. Now we have to enter a rotation number from where we have to rotate. Let us say I am entering 3. So what should we expect in the output? We should expect 8, 9, 10 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let us see. So you can see what we got. Let us zoom it also. Now it is clearly visible. Fine. So we have got 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0. That means we are getting 0 at the end. So we have missed, we have a, I would say, a mistake in the program. So let us analyze where we have mistake. So we have 8, 9, 10, that is correct. And okay, so we have to go till equal to, because we have this condition would execute in this case till 5. Let me explain also. Let us say we were having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in this loop we have started from here. Indexes for this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have started from 7, which is 10 minus 3, because size is 10 and k is 3. So we have started from here and gone till 9. And in the second loop we are starting from 0 and move till n minus k minus 1, which is 10 minus 3 minus 1, which is nothing but 5. No, 6. Fine. Is it really 6? 10 minus, yes, it is 6. So previously what we were doing, we were going till 5 because we were iterating I less than or 6, less than 6. But here we have to check I less or equal to 6, because we have to go till 6, till here. Previously we were going till here only. So I hope you understand this, the mistake. So let us give it a try once again. 10, the same input and the same rotation number. Still we are getting the same output. Okay, so we have not executed this because we have to run it again after modification the code, because in the Java what compiler used to do, compiler it is just picking up the main.java. It is not running the command javac to compile the program. It is just running the .class file. And while let us say if we have modified any file of any code, then we have to recompile it. We have to regenerate the .class file. So same input once more, and 3. So now you can see we are getting our correct output, and previously we have done a mistake, so we have corrected it. Let us analyze it now. Compare this with this one. Fine. So now we are getting the correct output, and we were having a slight mistake and on this position. And how we got to know that we have done a mistake? Just by dry running the code or dry running the output, like looking the output zoom, like in the zoom manner. Because if I had not zoomed the zoom out the output, then we might get the error persisted in our code. But after analyzing the code carefully, then we got to know that we have a slight mistake here. So that mistake is now corrected. So I hope you got the logic behind the scene, how the rotation is working. Like what we have did is, firstly we have chosen this number from here to here, like from here to here, and filled in the reverse array. And after that, what we have done, we have started our another loop from here to here, so that our remaining values has to be filled after the initial values in the reverse array. Fine. So I hope you got the logic of reversing the array with this approach. And let's meet in the next one, in which we will be seeing an optimized solution for the rotating an array. Sorry, this was the rotating an array. I'm really sorry for that. And we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.